Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
People want to know what makes this different. The woman downstairs on the sales call was sitting there going, I've been in all these coaching programs. I really haven't gotten. Now, here's what she said that gave me a red flag. I've been in all these coaching programs, and my husband's always on me because I never really get a lot out of these programs. Okay? All right. I believe that it is the learner's responsibility to extract the value from the teacher. See, I would say to her, why do you think you haven't get anything out of these? See, there's something you're not doing. It ain't the teacher's fault. You can't have 6 sucky teachers. You may have had 3 or 4, but they all didn't suck. So my belief is it is your responsibility to extract the value out of me. I'm going to show up and teach. If you want to know something, and it's your responsibility to ask me. Okay? It's not the coach's fault why you're not learning something. Okay? It is your responsibility to get the Zoom link. It's your responsibility to figure out where you're supposed to be. It's your responsibility to figure out where the lodge is. You see what I'm saying? I hear people say that all the time. Well, I can't find it. I don't know where the link is, and I can't. So I just didn't go. No. Personal responsibility is when I want something, I go find it. I don't blame it on other people. The information's available, right? So this is personal beliefs I have. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because when you enter into partnerships with other people who do not believe the same things you do, you are opening the door for major conflict. Okay? You're opening the door for conflict. I want you to go back in your life and think about when you had the most conflict. And I guarantee it was because you were in some kind of partnership with somebody who didn't believe the same things you do. I believe in showing up early and staying late. I believe in always being prepared. Okay? So if you show up late and try to leave early, I'm going to have a problem with you because we don't believe the same things. Doesn't make me right and you wrong, by the way. It just means we don't believe. So when you're recruiting people, when you're adding team members, this is very important for people to understand. This is what so when I'm hiring people, I send them 25 belief statements that I have. I say, these are 25 things I believe. If you have a problem with any of these things, we don't have to line up on every single thing. We don't have to line up on your favorite restaurant. We don't have to line up on everything. But you're about to enter into partnership with me, and this is what I believe. I believe in pushing as hard as you can push. Okay? So if you don't want those things, I made a job description the other day for a personal assistant because I'm looking for a personal assistant. And then I read it and I was like, man, I ain't going to get anybody for this job. This is funny. Listen to this. Listen to this job description. Navy SEAL position. Looking to hire highly motivated, agile, fast thinker to be a high-level assistant to Coach Burt in areas of XYZ. Must be available day, night, and weekends. Must be able to travel, quick response times, great social and emotional skills, mentally tough, focused and prepared, must be involved with personal development. It just goes on. High levels of energy, great physical and mental shape. Must show up with batteries included. See, that's a job description for an assistant for me. And I'm thinking, man, we ain't going to find 2 people to do this. But there'll be somebody who says, I want that. See, I'm only looking for Navy SEALs, not baby SEALs. So I'm just going to set the stage right up front. Man, I ain't looking for bozos. I'm looking for the best. And if you want to be the best, come work with me. And if you don't, step over there. There's plenty of jobs for you to go get. So when you think about this, what do you do at your company? What do you do? How do you do it different? I like 3 ways we do it different. I guarantee you people are thinking it, whether they say it to you or not. How is this different than this? And you need to be able to say, you're probably wondering how we do it different than other people. Here are 3 ways that we are different than everybody else. Okay? Now, I always give success examples in my explanation of value. Always. These are called credibility indicators. Credibility indicators. So step 5 of the explanation of value is just tell me about people you're working with that you've had success with. We're working with so-and-so and we're having a lot of success. We're working with these people, and here's the success we're having. We're working with these people, and here's the success that we're having. Sometimes I say it's not uncommon for us to get these results for people. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm saying it's not uncommon. Okay? And then sixth is the go, man. It's like the ask. And this is real simple. If we could do this for you, like we have done it for other people, what would stop you from moving forward with us? Okay? Now, let me tell you why this is real critical. We believe having something to say is just as valuable as having somebody to say it to. What if I told you in every podcast I've ever done, or TV interview, or everything, when they ask me questions, guess what I go to? This right here. They ask me questions. I say, man, thank you for that question. Let me tell you what I believe. Let me tell you why I believe it. Let me tell you what it is I'd recommend people doing right here. Let me tell you how this is different than some of the advice you may be getting from other people. Let me give you some examples of people I've done this with and had success. Right? I was on Good Day New York a couple years ago when my book Everybody Needs a Coach in Life came out, and there was 1 million people that watched the Good Day New York. It's like a morning show. And Tony Bennett was in front of me, so it's Tony Bennett. So Tony Bennett comes out and sings. Then it's the guy on Chopped, and it's me, Coach Burt. And it's so funny because Natalie went with me, and the guy on Chopped was hitting on my wife in the green room. She's like, "Who's that dude?" She's like, "That's my husband." Now, so I go out there, and they're supposed to ask me certain questions. It's on the teleprompter. Ask this question, ask this question. Well, the guy on Good Day New York is notorious for going off script. So he does not look at the teleprompter. So he's asking me, so I'm looking at the questions. This is live television, 1 million people watch it. He's asking me questions. It says, ask this question to Coach Burt, and you don't ask it. He goes way over here and way over here, and you're on live television, so you don't want to screw it up. And so he would ask me a question that was totally off, and I'd say, man, thanks for asking that question. Let me tell you what I believe. Let me tell you why I believe this. Let me tell you why everybody needs a good coach in their life. Let me tell you what a good coach does. And I thought I crushed the interview. And I walked out of there smiling. I was so happy. I was like, that was awesome. And I had a media coach at the time, and he said, oh, that was terrible. I said, what do you mean? He said, you did not say one controversial thing in that whole interview. He said, you should have picked a fight with the dude. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, nobody will remember that interview. They would have remembered the interview if you would have disagreed with him. If you would have said, no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, well, you should have coached me on that before. I thought I was supposed to be nice. I thought I had a great interview. He's like, no, man, drama. Create drama. Right? So that was a very valuable lesson for me. So now when I'm on podcasts and people say things, I'm like, no, I disagree with that. No, people shouldn't do this. And that's the dumbest thing a person could do. Right? Because then there's enough drama. If you ever go back and watch the interview between Cardone and Belfort, they hate each other. And there's so much drama that it makes for a great interview. It really does. I think it's one of the best interviews ever. I mean, people got all caught up in the drama. I didn't get caught up in the drama. I got caught up in just a great energy exchange. So I have very strong beliefs. Now, let me let you out of mental prison here. I do not want to do business with people that don't believe the same things I do. They're going to create problems for me. They're going to discount my services. They're going to be the first one to want to get out. The people you got to beg to get in are always the first ones trying to get out. So let me tell you a new way to sell. This is what I believe. If you believe it, good. Step over here. If you don't believe it, fine. Step over here. That's it. Imagine 1 million people being lined up and you saying, this is what I believe. Do you believe it too? Yes, good. Step over here. No, I don't believe it. Step over there. I'm not going to try to convince. The second I believe that you and I are not on the same page about growth, improvement, then I'm out. I'm not chasing you. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not begging you. People of interest don't chase. You follow me? This is what I do. This is what I believe. If you like it, come on over. If you don't, it's okay, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's no rejection. See, a lot of salespeople believe I got to try to sell you and convince you to do business with me. There's enough people in the world that believe the same things you do. That's the people you're looking for. Okay? I do not believe in treating people poorly. So when people treat me poorly, I'm like, you and I don't believe the same things. I believe when there's conflict, the way you handle that conflict either opens the door to possibility or closes that door. Everybody see that? So when people have conflict and act a complete fool, I'm like, man, you and I don't believe the same things. Okay? You and I do not believe the same things. I believe it is the personal responsibility of you to go get what you're supposed to get, not somebody else's responsibility. Now, I'm so clear in my beliefs that selling for me becomes a lot easier because A, people are attracted, okay? I'm a faith-based person. So you may hear me will out some scripture. You may hear me throw out that, and if that offends some people, then so be it. It's okay, go somewhere else. Okay? Right? But I get more people say, man, I'm attracted to what you're doing, than I do say I'm offended by what you're doing. See that? So what I'm telling you to do is be who you are. Don't try to be something you're not. Just be who you are. Okay? Now, I want to stop right here for a second, and I want you to work through this exercise a little bit. And I want to tell you how impactful this can be. When I went through this exercise, I spent a full day at a lake house working through this. What do I really believe? Why do I believe it? What do I do? The next day, I had 6 sales appointments to sell my coaching program called Monster Producer. Before, I was selling it like this. Man, I'm a coach. I'm a great coach. I've been coaching my whole life. I was first high school basketball coach. Now I'm a business coach. And I built this coaching program called Monster Producer. And every now and then we'd sell one, and every now and then we wouldn't. After I worked through this, the next day, here's what I did. I sit down with people, and I said, man, after I said, what are you trying to do? I said, I believe a monster producer is a legendary creature. Combines multiple skills to dominate a market. Because of that belief, I have developed a structured coaching program with high achievers, like-minded people, dynamic network of all people trying to get a 40 to 50% increase in their business. Right? Now, I've been able to do this for X number of people I'm coaching. You would know some of them. If I could do that for you, what would stop you from joining this program? 5 out of the 6 said, I'm in. And I'm like, it works. I'm like, this is crazy. It actually works. Because what I'm doing is saying, this is what I believe. If you believe it too, let's go. If you don't, it's okay. Step over there. That's it. Right? Think about your worst client you have right now that you hate doing business with, that you cringe when you see their name on anything. You know why? Because you don't believe the same things. Think about your best client right now. See, I got a guy in Memphis, Daniel Hodges, been in my program for 5 or 6 years, pays $25,000 a year for me to be his coach. Easy going. I bet he tells me he loves me at least once a month. Don't need anything. Hey, everything is awesome to him. Love you, brother. Supporting you, brother. Praying for you. I saw you doing this. Congratulations. If he ever needs anything, hey, just call me. Man, I'm coaching today. I can't call today. No worries. He's like the biggest blessing in the world. He's like the most awesome client in the world, right? And then I have people that, man, are just completely difficult and high maintenance and not appreciative of anything. And, you know, it's like, man, we don't believe the same things. And that's really why we're having conflict right here. Okay? You have conflict when 2 people don't believe the same things. And you're not going to line up on everything, by the way. Even me and Natalie, me and my wife don't line up on everything. See, we disagreed initially about how to discipline Ella Grace. She was home with her all the time, so she wanted to spank her because she was with her all the time. And it never worked. Like, we'd spank her, and it didn't change her behavior at all. And I'm like, it ain't working. So why don't we keep doing it? Like, my thought pattern is, let's try a different strategy than this strategy. Right? So that was a source of conflict for us for a while. Right? Now she has a phone, so we can just take the phone away, and that solves a lot of the problems. Because that phone is very valuable for her. Right? She'll change her attitude real quickly when you take her phone away. But here's my point. It wasn't that I was right and she was wrong, because she may have been right and I may have been wrong. It's just We didn't quite see it eye to eye, so that created some tension in between us, right? So I really want to help you here because this is how I sell today. What if I told you I know within 15 seconds if I have a legitimate prospect or not? See, when I walked around Cleveland the other day when Craig went with me, I just walk around and talk to people, and I make a statement or two, and I just look right in their eyes. And I typically say, man, I'd really like to do something with you. You and I are going to do some business together? If they go, I'm like, step over there. Because you ain't doing business, right? People come up to me and they want to take pictures and they want to talk, and I'm like, hey, man, what would stop you from getting in my coaching program? Because I only coached you here for about an hour. It's nothing compared to what I could do for you. And if they balk or go, I'm like, okay. Because what people will do is they'll walk up to me and tell me their whole life story and never buy anything from me. They'll just talk for like 30 minutes. All these people are in line. Some of them are going to buy something. Some of them are going to sign me up to be their coach. And this person here wants to tell me when he was a track star in high school and he had a great coach. And I'd be like, email me that story. I need to talk to people who are actually going to buy something.
Do you really say that?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'll say it's a great story. There's a lot of people here I need to get to, so excuse me. But I've had people literally sit there and try to talk to me for 10 minutes with 50 people in line. And they just don't, and they're not have no intention of buying anything. And I'm like, what would stop you from moving forward with me? Would you get in my coaching program? You want to talk about that? No. I'm like, okay, step over here then. We can hang out later. Right now, I got prospects. Yes? How fast do you know, folks? How fast do you know? See, if you get really good at this, you're going to know real fast. So take a few minutes right now. Write down your top 3 belief statements. What do you really believe? Why do you really believe it?